That's it right there. Now, of course, if you guys don't know, Mr. Kanye West, he and if you hear me clearing my throat or like sniffling, my allergies is kicking my behind. And yesterday I had to kind of cut the stream short because, just all up in here was just all just clouded and just messed up with, allergies. So, excuse me if you hear a lot of snifflings and clearing of throats, but Mr. Kanye West, of course, wants to pull a stunt and wore a all white White Lives Matter shirt. Okay, and like I said before, he's gotten the attention that he wanted, but in my humblest opinion, he is not doing anything productive with this time. You know what I'm saying? Just how fast the internet is moving, how fast people move in life, and news headlines are not prominent like they used to. And I'm only 35. I'm not that old, but I can just imagine things were a little bit slower back in the day when the internet was just becoming a thing, or wasn't here at all. And it just chaps my khakis. You know what I'm saying? When I see someone with a big platform, a big brand, a big name, and just a big presence fumble at the 1 yard line, and it doesn't matter if they agree or align with my opinions. Just don't be back shit crazy with it either. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't just be so far left lane that I want to cancel you. Kanye West needs to be canceled. I do not care about the First Amendment freedom of speech if you cannot be responsible with your speech. That does not make any sense. And then people's argument is that who said this? Jordan Peterson, another clown, another idiot. He said, if we just allow, these few bad apples or these few crazy off the wall people speak, enough people with enough common sense will intervene and drown out that person or those people. But what if that person who has crazy left wing, it's just off the wall ideas and thoughts and perspectives and ideologies, what if that person is rich, wealthy, millions and millions of dollars? And not only that, what if he's young enough to where people could listen to him, would listen to him? What if that person has such name recognition that everybody across the world know who this person is? And not only that, what if this crazy person has network abilities to other crazy off the wall people who just so happen host one of the number one news shows in the world? How does that work? There's not enough people. There's not enough people to speak out against that kind of apparatus, against that kind of system, against that kind of machine. He got the money and he has the network abilities. It's not enough people to drown him out. Do you get what I'm saying? But that's enough of me ranting. Let's go ahead and get into some videos here, and let's go ahead and let's start with this one.
It's a group mob. It's like liberal Nazis that will go up and attack you. Like I said, everyone's like, Anna Wintour's your friend. I'm like, this Gabby girl and Gigi and these people, they would have never said anything negative unless they got the okay from Condé Nast, unless they got the okay from Anna. They would have never got the okay to comment. Like, let's just talk about specifically.
So these are people who are attacking you for your T-shirt.
Well, it was a setup. It started off as them having this black girl comment and say, well, I felt traumatized when I saw this T-shirt. There's like this, a black girl saying, I felt traumatized when I saw a black man wearing something that he wasn't allowed to wear. It's like in Django when Jamie Foxx is on top of a horse and Samuel Jackson's like, you know, that black guy's not supposed to be on top of the horse. Okay.
Okay, let's cut it off right there. Like I said, I'm here to debunk every single crazy thing. And you see at the bottom, just right there, they have Yee and Tucker. Like, Tucker don't give a damn about his ass. Let's just be honest with that. But first off, okay. He's saying he's wearing a t-shirt that he is not allowed to wear. What is he talking about? He literally just wore it. And he's not jailed for it. He wasn't fined for it. He wasn't censored for it because, like I said, he has the money, he has the influence, he has the power, he has the name recognition. No one's going to censor him. So what does he mean that he's not allowed to wear it? And he literally already wore it. So, I mean, even just that simple part right there is just like everything else he has to say is just going to be just straight up nonsense because he doesn't even understand what he is saying. You can't be in trouble for something that you've already done and didn't get in trouble for. So I'm gonna try my hardest to continue with these videos.
Okay. And then I went and said, hey, I don't like your boots. I know Anna Wintour doesn't like your boots and you're not a fashion person. And then people started to say I was a bully, but it was a setup. And they finally got it, right?
Oh shoot, I think I was muted. I don't understand why he's saying it was a setup. He decided to wear a t-shirt. He decided to freely wear a t-shirt knowing he was going to get some negative feedback and probably positive, but he knew it was going to cause a emotional response. He knows the dynamics of race. Like people call, people race baiters and ambulance chasers. Like he's literally using that to market himself. Okay, but either way, he decided to wear a shirt knowing it was going to cause some problems. And then when this fashion person, whatever her name is, commented about it, and then he made a smart remark that had nothing to do with what she said. Nothing to do with what she said. He could not back himself up on why he wore the shirt or the purpose behind it, or he couldn't articulate any reason for it because obviously he didn't put too much thinking. He just wanted some attention. So when you just want attention, you don't do too much thinking. That's just pretty simple, A and B, 1, 2, 3, you know what I'm saying? And then he wants to lash out and talk about somebody's boots. Once again, somebody using their platform irresponsibly and then call it a setup. Like, bro, you set yourself up. You're setting yourself up for failure. And now you want to go to Tucker Carlson and crying for, these weirdo white people. And I'm not saying all white people, but the ones that you know who you are. You know who they are. Who will support somebody like Kanye West.
Because I eliminated the BLM officer at Adidas. And then I got out of the Gap deal. And just one by one, I've been winning these battles, right? And they thought they had me. They had the idea that Ye was bullying, what I think the liberal term is a body goals black woman. Now let's talk about Gabby and my good friend Lizzo.
What the hell did he just say? As the liberals, I have no idea what I don't even deem myself a liberal, but I do kind of know that that's the only tools in the toolbox to get done what I think needs to be done. But nevertheless, what is he talking about? I do not know.
Lizzo works with my trainer, a friend of mine, Harley Pasternak. When Lizzo loses 10 pounds and announces it, the bots, that's a term for people it's like telemarketer callers, like on Instagram, they attack her for losing weight because the media wants to put out a perception that being overweight is the new goal when it's actually unhealthy. Yes. Let's get aside the fact of whether it's fashion and Vogue, which is not. Let's just, or if someone thinks it's...
Bro, nobody is promoting obesity as if it's the thing that everybody should achieve for. I have this is, maybe he's in his own little circle. Maybe it's a rich circle that I don't know about, obviously, that he kind of sees these things. And if that's the case, which it could be, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you live a certain lifestyle or if you have a certain types of friends, you're only going to be kind of seeing things in that realm, you know what I'm saying? In that lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? If you a gangster and you live that life and you're around gangsters 24/7 and you just doing all this, that, you're going to see things that I've never seen before. You're going to kind of see different sides of people in different industries. And so maybe Kanye West is seeing something that I don't see. I get that. But for regular folks, like I said, I'm a regular guy. I work 40, 50 hours a week at a regular warehouse job. I talk to 99.9% black and Mexican folks at work. That's all I really work around. And nobody has ever said to me, you know what? The new thing is to gain as much weight as possible and just be blickety blow. You know, like, no one is saying that. Why is he making it seem like this is just a worldwide phenomenon that everybody's just stuffing their face, eating the greasiest, nastiest food just to get as big as they can? Maybe in his world, maybe in rich people world, but not with regular folks. We barely can get food on the table. What you talking about? You just stuff your face and try to be as big as you can. That makes no sense. Now, like I said, in his world, maybe I can't speak on that. But nobody's talking like that.
Is attractive, to each his own. It's
and okay, let's rewind that.
Let's just, or if someone thinks it's attractive, to each his own. It's
now he wants to brush aside what he just said, because what he just said actually makes sense. That little snippet right there. To each his own. Whatever you find attractive, that's up to you. Now, what I do kind of believe some of these fashion industries and or whatever you want to call it, maybe it's an okay thing not to just promote skinny women. You know, and when I say skinny, I'm talking about like 120 pounds and they're like 28 years old. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're a grown lady and they only weigh like 120 pounds. Like, that's kind of gross. And that's not something that attracts me, but it's been a history, proven history, that was the standard. And now all of a sudden he's talking about, oh, they're trying to make this the standard. Well, what about what was the standard before? Just skinny, extremely skinny white women. Now, is it promoting obesity if they show a little thickness out there? I don't think so, because every woman is different shapes and sizes and heights and widths and all this. You know, everybody's built differently. So maybe it'd be a smart idea to promote different types of women instead of just one type of woman. Just maybe. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a salesperson, but it makes sense to me.
It's actually clinically unhealthy, and for people to promote that, it's demonic. You know.
What can I ask?
Yeah.
I've noticed this also.
Yeah.
Why do you think they would want to promote unhealthiness among the population?
It's a genocide of the black race. They want to kill us in any way they can. Planned Parenthood was made by Margaret Sanger.
Okay. First off, I don't want to say that. I don't want to say nothing is impossible. Okay. But if that is the case, if Mr. Yee, Mr. Ye, Mr. Ya has any inside information that I don't know about, that the general population doesn't know, go ahead and tell us. You don't have to wear a white Lives Matter shirt to really get that attention. Like I say, everybody knows who you are. Everybody, or at least at one point, listen to your music because you actually have some valuable information to actually teach people. So you don't have to pull a crazy off the wall stunt to get people to listen to you. But if that is the case, if they're using unhealthy eating to destroy the black race, and I would say the Mexican race also, because I'm pretty sure in some charts there's probably more obesity in Mexican and Latino people than it is black people. But whatever the stats is, it's black and brown people. If that's the case, what do you suggest we do as a whole? Give me some solutions. Don't just promote some shoes. That's not helping nobody. I mean, you could do your music, but that's not helping what you're saying is the root cause of black and brown people dying. So let's see if Tucker Carlson can get some solutions out of him, or is he just going to go on another ramble about some weird stuff that regular folks don't care about?
A known eugenics with the KKK, and I believe that if we saw ourselves as a people and not a race, then we would treat our people better. Like if you go to a Jewish person and you say a race, it almost gets confusing. They'll cut you off quickly and say, we're not a race, we're a people. Well, our people are supposed to just say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud. Okay, well, what about, do you own the land that you're living in? Is the contract even in a language that's even possibly understandable?
Right.
For your heritage?
Okay, and do you not think that black folks, and there is some black folks that own their land, so let's not just act like, nobody's owning some land. And the whole James Brown, say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud, that was just a statement back in his day that needed to be said to black folks, because like we just said, the image that was beautiful and handsome was blue eyes, blonde hair, skinny as skinny can be, and you had to have white skin. That was the definition of beautiful back then, in the James Brown era, back in the 60s and 70s. So when he said, say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud, he said that to get that self-esteem installed into people. Do you not understand that? This is not rocket science. He's supposed to be some genius, but he's speaking like he's in elementary class. Like, that's common sense. Maybe. Am I wrong? Let me know. He's not saying, say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud, and not care about how you eat. And it's like, no, it's an emotional thing. When you're told that you're not beautiful for 400 something plus years, just like Muhammad Ali. That's why people loved his arrogance, because he was like, I'm beautiful, I'm the greatest. You know what I'm saying? Because people weren't used to a black person saying that with confidence. Like, I'm beautiful, I'm the greatest, no one can touch me. Like, people never heard that before, because that was crazy back then. Like, you can't say that out loud. But he had the hands to back it up. You know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and continue, because I can go on for days talking about the nonsense that these people are believing.
And in America, we as blacks will down each other on how good we speak, but we're speaking English. There's nothing whiter than English. We're not in our native tongue, actually. So we judge each other on white goal lines, not based on exactly what our culture is based on.
And why do you think that is? Why do you think that is? It was this YouTube short of Steve Harvey, and he was on his TV show, and he was kind of explaining how, someone walked through his door and there's an English coach or a grammar coach. And she walks in and he was like, "Who are you?" And she was like, "I'm your grammar coach." And he was like, what do I need a grammar coach for? And she was like, "Because to be successful, you need to speak properly." And he said, "I ain't finna do that there." And she was like, "Say that again." And he said it slow. "I ain't finna do that there." And she was like, "That's exactly why you need me." And he was like, hold on. You walked into my office. I'm already on TV with 3-4 syndicated TV shows. Who are you to tell me that you're going to help me be successful? So it's not just black people are judging other black people on how they talk. Well, one, everybody talk differently. I don't really see that is a problem. Now, if you're going to an interview, you kind of need to be a little bit more eloquent and more thoughtful in the way that you speak, because people will judge you on how you talk and how you present yourself. That's not a bad thing. To teach yourself to talk correctly is not a bad thing, especially if you're just a regular folk. Now, if you got millions of dollars in your own TV show, do what thy will. You know what I'm saying? But it is not a bad thing. And like I said, where do you think all this came from? Who, like he said, who set it as white goals? Who set that bar? Not black folks. Black folks trying to have their own thing, have their own lingo. And who do you think is telling us that we're speaking incorrectly? I don't know, man. I don't know. These folks is confusing me.